Good morning, everyone. Good to see. Oh, hang on, turn that off. Hey, good morning, everyone. Good to see you guys. Getting things up and at it this morning. A few of my little bits of tech aren't working extremely well, but good to see all of you guys on this morning. Hey, good morning, James, Chris, Alison, Deb. Hopefully it's all coming through rather fine. Let me know if that's the case. Everything looking fine at your end. Let me know. Hey, hope you had a good weekend. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Good to see you. Good to see you. All good from Rodney. All good. There you go. All right. Well, we'll get into it, folks. We'll get into it. Few little ghosts in the machine for me this morning, but as long as you guys can see what I'm up to this morning, that's all that matters. Had a little bit of a busy weekend myself, so a little bit slower off the mark today. But welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Jason Witten's my name. My little overlay thing's not even working today, so there you go. For anyone who's new, give us a shout out in the chat. We got Rodney there, we got Chris, we got Alison, Adrian, Sharon, James, Deb. Good to see all of you guys on this morning. Thought I'd continue our little journey from last week. On Friday, we, if you can cast your mind back that far, we finished the week in our Wealth Coffee Chats with the 4 vehicles, the 4 streams of wealth. And one of those streams we talked about was your principal place of residence, the PPR upgrade strategy, folks. So I thought we'd continue that little journey today and see if, that one's working. That's good news. That one's working. See if we can continue down that track. Remember, last week, the 4 streams of wealth, the PPR upgrade strategy. And there's a lot of questions on that one. So what I might do, I think, in the coming months is do a full, completely 100% full mentoring session on the principal place of upgrade strategy. I think that'd be a good one. Let me know in the chat if you think that would be worth doing at one of the mentoring nights. As we roll along. Three more strategies to go. First or second, investment property in your personal name. Now, for most of us right here, right now, talking in the idea of our investment portfolio, most of us are going to own between 3 and 7 investment properties. And for the most part, it's going to be best structured in your personal name. Okay? Best structured in your personal name. So stand by. We'll have a little look at that. The other 2 streams of wealth, your super. And last but not least, if you're a business owner or at some point you get into business, the small business capital gains tax concession, which is $2 million, folks. So we talked about this. There is no limit to the principal place of value you can have on your own home tax-free. There is a limit of the tax-free income you can create in your personal name. You guys probably already know this one. Chuck that in the chat for me right now if you know the cash limit of that. I'm sure you would. And super at this point in time, $1 million tax-free in retirement, et cetera, down here with the small business capital gains tax concession, you've got to have, a certain amount of boxes ticked, okay? So Nick's on it, Nick's sharp this morning. Let's talk about strategy number 2 or wealth vehicle number 2, you and your personal name. We can have $18,200 earned in our personal name tax-free. Now, tell me, this is an interesting one. Can you earn more than that but still pay a low amount of tax. How would we do that, folks? Anyone got an idea? How would we earn, let's say, 50 grand, and after deductions, even though we earned 50 grand, on paper, we earned maybe 15 grand. How would we do that, ladies and gentlemen? And the answer is investment properties in your personal name. Now, yep, with tax deductions, boom, Nick. That's it. Personal name. Now, the big thing here, ladies and gents, is for us, depreciation. I don't know if this is how you spell it. Depreciation. All right, well, hopefully that's how you spell the depreciation. But for all of us as property investors, a fantastic thing when you invest in your personal name, you are able to. You can certainly, Nikhil, get tax-free income through your super, that is for sure. But in your personal name, we're talking today, this is our number 2 wealth vehicle. Super's number 3. We might talk about that one tomorrow. I might get one of the financial planning team that we recommend online with us tomorrow if I can get hold of them. So depreciation. You can own real estate and you can have depreciation and other non-cash losses that can offset and help you earn some dollars and cents, ladies and gents. All right. How does that work? I've got a little share screen here. I might just pop in this. So when we're looking at what we're up to, let me see if I can make this the right size. There we go. Got a little bit of an idea here. All right, maybe we say we're going to live till we're 80. I'm pretty sure most of us will live till we're 90 or plus. But right now, what age are you? I don't know, call it 45. Some of you might be a bit younger. When do you want to retire? 60. How many years have you got left? 15. Better get cracking. All right. Now, how do we structure that as we go? For all of us, if we go along and have a bit of a look, that's gone a little bit weird with the font, but that's okay. Hopefully you guys can still read that. Some of the fonts have changed and messed up my stuff. All right, here we go. So let's have a look. $18,200, no tax. Up to $37,000, 19 cents thereafter, et cetera, et cetera. You guys have seen this stuff around, I'm sure. And this is a great little calculator just to kind of get a bit of a hang of what's going on with your personal borrowing, your personal investing, and how we can manage our way through this, right? Let's say you're on $100,000. What would it take? What would it take, ladies and gents, for us to reduce with offsets, property offsets over here, property offsets, to reduce our tax down to a smaller amount down here when we have a look at what it is. A morning to Heather giving me a shout out there. You're behind the Facebook veil, so let us know who you are or not, whatever it is. Whoever you are, good morning to you. Great to see you online as we go along, right? So for all of us, we're thinking, all right, well, okay, how can we minimize? How can we reduce some of those taxes? All right. So let's go and have a look at our calculator that we use often and see if we can't analyze what that might look like. The depreciation down here, this section on the side here, for many of you guys sitting at home, this might be the first time you're being introduced to depreciation. Hey, Chinmay, good to see you. There you go. Hey, listen, first time you're getting introduced to depreciation. There's two parts to real estate. There's two parts to real estate investing. Well, the asset itself, there's the building, and then there's the land, okay? And what goes up in value, folks? Tell me in the chat right now. You know, it's always nice to get a little refresher sometimes on this stuff, but what goes up in value? You tell me right now, does the building go up in value or does the land go up in value? You know, or more importantly, the location of the land goes up in value, which is really the secret behind behind that stuff long term. But the land, that's right, Rodney. The land goes up in value, by default, the building goes down in value, right? You own it. You bought it. Let's say it cost you $300,000 to build. Costing you anywhere at the moment between $300,000 and $400,000 to build, a pretty nice little 4-bedroom, 2-car garage house at the moment in many of the states. And property goes down, needs maintenance. Exactly, Alison. So over here in our little calculator, we have the ability to calculate that. We use an online calculation. You can download this software, ladies and gents. Bronwyn, hey, good morning to you. We use an online calculator. This is a very basic one. It's very conservative. When you actually get a proper depreciation schedule, you can get a whole lot more depreciation. But this is how it works, team. Let's say in here we've got our person earning 100K. That's our tax. And how can we now start to reduce this as we go along? This is just a straightforward property. I'm going to put some rent in there, $650 a week, so we can have a look at the calculator. Not a cash deposit of $300. Let's go an equity deposit of $100. Actually, no, we just do a 10% deposit, $70,000. Let's put some stamps in there. Let's put some LMI in there. All right, what else have we got in here? We'll go no P&I, we'll go interest only, and we'll go at the moment 3.5. We can get interest only on our investment property. Anyway, there we go. Some basic numbers in our property. Excuse me. And let's have a look at where this lands. You look up the top here, we've got some pre-tax dollars, and this is our pre-tax dollars. And then after tax, down here, we end up with more in our pocket, right? Okay, so we've got an offset. See this 17,000 here, 17,150, okay? So if we take that offset, and this is the machinations of getting after-tax dollars. After-tax means that we've earned the money, we've washed it out with the costs and the depreciation, and this is our after-tax balance, $7,000. I'm up for that. Anyone up for a property that's going to earn them $7,000 after tax every time? Pick me, thanks. All right. And let's go back to our property offsets, okay? So remember our number. Remember our number over here, 17,150. We come back to our little calculator. We put in there 17,000. Let me have a little moment here. We'll unprotect the sheet. I've locked it accidentally. So let's put our little 17,150. And that, ladies and gents, over here will change the income after tax. Okay? It reduces the tax payable in your process as we go along, right? So now, instead of paying a larger amount of tax, over here, we're able to now get our tax reduced. And that's how we get a refund or our after-tax calculation, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the process. Yeah, let's go back to my iPad. There we go. No, not that one. That's how we get the process of depreciation, some calculations. Now, there's a bit more jiggery-pokery in there, but just wanted to show you some simple and quick math on how we do that, how we get our tax reduced as an owner of real estate in our personal names. You guys know this. You can claim back your taxes weekly, fortnightly, and monthly. What's the process, ladies and gents, of claiming your tax back weekly, fortnightly, and monthly? Tell me that in the chat right now. Because for all of us as PAYG earners, the idea that we can reduce our tax as we go is actually super powerful, because we can put that money towards Yep, PAYG variation. Dead right. If you haven't done your PAYG variation, which means you get your tax back incrementally rather than waiting till the end of the year, then you should, because that helps with debt reduction and also servicing for another investment property, and also faster building of deposits for you as an investor as we go along. So for us, in our personal names, ladies and gents, investment properties for you and I, the idea that there's a number of benefits owning those in your personal name. The first benefit is that leverage, loan to value ratio, can be significantly higher. It is completely 100% significantly higher as an individual borrower than it is in your company or trust or super. Okay? So that means your money goes further, ladies and gents. When you build a portfolio in your personal name, it's easier. The money goes further. You know, it's not exact, but, you know, if you had a deposit of 20% or 10%, you're kind of buying almost 2 properties instead of 1 property, and your net wealth in the future will be significantly better. So leverage, number one value in that sort of stuff, in that sort of value. Number 2, the rent now provides servicing. It adds to your servicing as an individual. As an individual, the ability to service is important. So your net wealth or your net exposure goes up. You buy now rent. Let's say the rent we had on the our investment property. If we go back to our little share screen here, look, check it out. There's $33,000 worth of extra income on paper that you now have added to your value in your personal name, okay, which is fantastic. Number 3, we get immediately depreciation, so that now reduces our taxes, okay, reduces our taxes, which in turn, ladies and gents, frees up our cash flow. Now, these two together, when they come out as positive cash flow after tax, that helps us over here create deposits for our next deal. It also helps us debt reduce if that's what we want to do with it. And also, it builds buffers, ladies and gents, builds buffers, safety buffers in our investment portfolio, okay? So owning real estate in your own name, your personal name, and ultimately, when this spins out, you can have tax-free up to $18,200. And ultimately, which I might do maybe in the coming days as well, you can live off equity if you choose to in the future. I wouldn't suggest you do it early in your portfolio. That's dangerous for your acquisition strategy. But into the future, when your debts are maybe $1 million and your portfolio is worth $5 million, there's certainly plenty of wiggle room in your value to use some of that equity, if you choose to, for something kind of fun. So hopefully that made sense today, folks. Pretty simple and straightforward one, but often misunderstood. Owning property in your own name is super powerful. Maximum leverage, maximum convenience, maximum tax deductions, maximum ability to borrow. It works a treat. So don't miss out on that one as we go along. There you go. Wealth Coffee Chat, done and dusted. Thanks for joining me. Good to see all of you guys on today. I couldn't see how many or who was really on. I could see a few of the comments. So if I missed you or I didn't get to say hello, I wasn't ignoring you. I just had some tech issues at my end today. All good. All right, that's it, folks. Done and dusted. You guys be awesome. Be well. Join me tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel for another Wealth Coffee Chat. Until then, you guys be awesome. Tomorrow we'll talk about super stuff, I think, if I can get one of the team on. You guys be awesome, and bye for now.